Well, here we are again. It's another year of the NFL Draft. I'm Howard Balzer, Tony Softli with me, and we're going to start breaking down the positions to watch in this year's draft and get to the players and get to them quick and succinct. And Tony, we're going to start with wide receivers. Everybody knows about Justin Blackmon, so obviously you're going to give your thought on him, but I think everyone really wants to know who are the best guys after him.
You know what, H, Justin Blackmon obviously deserves to be at the top, the top 10 picks in this draft. Also the best wide receiver in this draft. He has the size, the speed combination. He's very physical after the catch. And you know what, he might have had a couple burps off the field, but really, and he kind of, threw some teams off at the combine a little bit with personality. But you know what, so did Steve Smith, at Carolina when I helped draft him. So you know what? He's a player. He's got to adapt to the bump and run and some other things like all receivers running full speed routes all the time. He'll be fine. The other guy that I'd like to bring up is Kendall Wright. Didn't run very fast at the combine. Matter of fact, I was super disappointed because the timing speed of what you see on tape just doesn't match up. And I really like this guy, RG3's weapon. He threw to him down the field several times. He's a guy that you got to keep an eye on.
A lot of people are wondering about Stephen Hill, and he didn't have a lot of college production. Sometimes that happens with players. They're in a system or they're not with a great quarterback, and it just doesn't work for him in college. But he seems to have all the measurables are there. What do you think ends up happening with him in the draft? And could he be a possible guy even for the Rams after the first round if they don't take Justin Blackmon early?
Well, you know what? I don't know if he's going to be there in the second round, to be honest with you. 6'4", 220 plus pounds, run a 4.30. You see his vertical stretch speed on tape, H. You also see him run certain routes. Now, the route tree is limited because of the option offense, but I will tell you this. Teams covet athletes, teams covet speed, and teams covet wide receivers that catch the ball because that's what they're supposed to do, is catch the ball. He showed me enough at the combine and at the spring workout that he can actually catch the ball and run the route tree for the NFL.
You mentioned those attributes, and a lot of people are saying that about Michael Floyd from Notre Dame. There's some who are even saying that some teams might even have him rated above Justin Blackmon. Granted, he had what you like to refer to those burps off the field also, but in terms of pure football, Michael Floyd's a player, isn't he?
Oh, there's no question about it. Notre Dame, big. He's got size. He's a red zone threat. He, too, can stretch the field. He can work in traffic. He can go across the middle and catch the ball. He's very tough. He's a willing blocker. He had a knee, and that could be a concern for a lot of teams, and I'm not sure what he did or how he came out of the check at the combine. But I will tell you this guy can play, and he can be an elite receiver with just a little time. Again, like you mentioned, there are some concerns with a lot of clubs with an ongoing issue with him. But you know what? I think he has that under control.
We could talk about a lot of receivers, but we'd need about a half hour. So we won't do that. But we can tell you that all the draft information you want is on 101sports.com and TonySoftly.com. We'll be back with another position before you know it.